Okay, they're sending me messages, guys. Why? They're sending me messages. Okay. Okay, yeah. Hello, live people. Yeah, so we just jumped on here, and I'm getting used to the, I'm just learning how to use the tech of the YouTube live world, okay? So, and it's kind of annoying. Like you start a video, you start a, you know, it's like 3, 2, 1, go. By the way, and then they put this big thing on the screen with a long message about whatever they want to tell you about, and you're like, okay, well, I'm reading this because they probably just they put this here because they want me to read it before I start talking to the camera for my session, right? No, it's rolling. Hello, friends. I am coming to you from my hot car outside of the gymnasium, the Gold's Gym World, and I'm coming to you. I'm gonna face this way because the lighting is better. Listen, I'm coming to you to tell you that I just had a really good workout. Now, it's not that's not the theme of the moment. By the way, the theme of the moment is like my angle. I'm gonna try and get into this conversation here with you by qualifying my remarks with there's a theme. Yeah, and hopefully saying like, yeah, I have these are my glove box napkins. You don't have glove box napkins just ready to go in your glove box? Hello. Yeah, these are pretty good ones, actually. I actually kind of like the roughness. So the moment's theme is dragon energy. Yeah, in through your nose, out through your mouth if you want. 1, 2, 3. So what had happened was I got out of the gym and I just sort of felt stronger and like taller and like bigger, like embodied. And I've been working out pretty regularly for several months now. I don't actually know how long I've been working out in a good track, you know, without falling off for a couple weeks and going, oh my gosh, I gotta get back to the gym. And then a month later going like, oh my gosh, I still have to get back to the gym. And then your friend says, hey, you wanna work out? And you're like, sure, thank God you asked because I haven't gotten back to the gym. And then you go to the gym with them and then you're like, I probably won't go back if I don't go back with you. And so, no, that's not happening this time. It's been a nice long run of just me going, and I say dragon energy, like the theme of the moment is dragon energy, because I walked out of the gym and was about to turn left to my car, and before I did that, I just went, wait a minute, I want to walk around. I just want to walk around. And I took a breath and went, I feel good. Like I could feel like my body was humming. And I think it's because the workout part was good. And I really pushed myself, but also and I don't have to go on, it's a Saturday today. I don't have to go on Saturday. Saturday is one of my like, well, if you go, that's great, but you don't have to go. So the fact that I came and I did a workout and I pushed myself, you know, that's like, oh, cool. And then, but I did the sauna after. No, the steam room, they're different. This one only has a steam room. And I don't, you know, I've done it, I do it sometimes, and I'm like, you're supposed to do this. But I don't really like feel like the tremendous benefit of it, really. And then I'll try to be like, you know, woo-saw breathing, you know, I'll try to like take a cold shower right after, you know, there, and the water just isn't that cold. So I don't really get the whole like I'm a Viking feeling that you're supposed to get from going like sauna, cold shower. And honestly, like don't know why. Like, what is the sauna really? The steam room. What does it really do? Like, I've heard, I've asked, I've learned, but I don't remember. I just haven't ever really felt it. It's just sexy to be in the steam room sometimes. So, you know, especially at the gay gym. This is the gay gym. One of them. I mean, most of the gyms in LA are pretty. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet out here. Okay, so friends, if you want to visit LA, just put some money aside for some, you know, gym hopping. Anyway, the point is, I was like, why do I feel so good? And I went, oh, I think it might have been the steam room. I think that heat, I could feel like my body was like, yes, thank you, body says thank you. And I noticed it when I was working out too, that I just have been feeling better in my body. I think one of the reasons for that is I have been managing my thoughts, and like I've been stressed out about things, and the normal the things are stressful. There's yes, be stressed. I get the reason we have stress is because it's supposed to help us take action when it's important, and it's not good to not take action when it's important. So sometimes we stress and it's like, well, that was pointless. You're just overstressing. And then other times it's like, actually, no, it would be better if you got more stressed and actually did something about this. Anyway, in this particular moment, I don't know, because that's all kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what stress is warranted or not warranted. Life just seems like a big continual, I feel like I'm always in trouble from just being from life, you know, like it's sort of like when you're in school and you turn in your homework, you know, you finish the final, you turn in the final, you're like, okay, great, I did the final, it's done, like oh, you turned in the paper, and then your professor says, okay, great, and you know, reminder that I need the, you know, reminder we're having a quiz tomorrow, you know, and like, oh, now I gotta study for that, you know, reminder there's you know, or you got to revise it, you know, you get the paper back right away, you got to revise it, something like you just can't catch a break, you're just always in trouble. That's not a good analogy, that's not a good metaphor, but I'm telling you, if you are an ADHDer like I am, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a rainbow brain neurodivergent person, you know, feels like the world doesn't always want you because you are weird and the world likes things done in lines and lines and dashes, and you do things in circles and spheres. My point is, I've been mindful of my being neurodivergent and mindful of my energy like inside of my body, and mindful of what is keeping me from doing things that are important to deal with the emergencies and just deal with life, so there aren't so many emergencies, like basically getting better about ADHD stuff, ADHD living. So today I just wanted to tell you that I feel great. I feel great. I walked out of the gym and I felt bigger, stroller. I felt stroller and taller as well. And I decided that that's dragon energy. And I've been thinking about dragon vibes. I've been thinking about dragon energy. You know, I'm all about the chakras, and like, oh, there's a phoenix that lives in my solar plexus, and a merman that lives in my throat chakra, and a unicorn that lives here, and an angel in my head, and a satyr in my sacral, and I know, just a small village of gnomes in my root chakra. You know, tribal energy. Anyway, the community. My point is, oh, there's a fairy in my heart. The vibe, you know, it's like dragon energy. It's like the Kundalini concept, like that serpent that unites, that goes through the energy of all of it. I'm not always trying to work that Kundalini magic, by the way. It's a lot. I'm not trying to give you Kundalini vibes right now. I'm just saying that when I kind of feel bad sometimes. I'm like, oh, there's no dragon in my lineup. Like, I love dragons. And then maybe a month ago, I was thinking, like, you know what? What about the Phoenix? Like, the Phoenix, does she have a boyfriend? Like, does she have a husband? Like, who's her husband? I was like, oh, the Phoenix's husband is the dragon. She you know, because I did this party where I was the bird, my bird Phoenix, Miss Phoenix, for a pool party. And so I was getting her ready, putting her together, because it had been a while since she had come out. And I was hanging out with her, and I'm like, Miss Phoenix, what's your story? Like, let's just play. And I'm like, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, she's queer, she's, you know, a lesbian, and I have this like really funny like partner bird for her that I was like so cute. And then other times I'm like, oh, maybe she's you know, maybe she's a straight woman. She is a straight woman, but she has a son, and her son is gay, and that's why she loves the gays. And then other times I'm like, okay, no, she's actually trans. She's you know, she's born male, and this is her authentic, this is how she presents. And I think that's funny, you know, because she is, it's funny if I talk about it, because I am a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, but I think it's on the verge of making jokes around this. I don't know how to make these jokes, so I'm not going to go there, but it's funny because it's just funny. There's some comedy in there, that were I hanging out with my trans family comedians, they would make the joke, or I would tell them the joke, and then they would tell me that I should not be so, that I should go ahead and make that joke because it's hilarious and that I'm doing fine. I don't know. But my thought around that is that in a way she's a female presenting, and then there's me, and she kind of comes through me, and have a male body. So she's like, yeah, I'm trans. Whatever, cosmically, that was sort of like that was like a sweet moment of recognizing, like, okay, yeah, like, to have a relationship with a corporeal body that you go, oh, no, this isn't who I am. You know what? We're not here to talk about the bird. That's why I started this, like, this moment's theme idea. Maybe it'll help keep my ADHD on track. The theme to this post-ish. What is it? A post? I don't know. It's a live moment. We're having a moment. It's a theme of the moment. And the moment's theme is dragon energy. So then I'm like, okay, well, what's up? And then I kind of felt it like, oh no. And I'm like, well, is there any other character like in here that she has like a sense of partnership with? Like, because listen, my Phoenix friends, there's a whole army of Phoenixes in there, right? There's a bunch of different mer people. There's a bunch of different characters. There's always characters, and they're coming and going and changing and evolving, just like me, just like you, which is why I always love when people kind of play in the sandbox with me creatively with these ideas. So, you know, I'm here for whatever tickles you, or anything that you were like, hey, you know, actually, what about this? But, and also good to know if I say something that does, like, whoa, that wasn't cool. That's also helpful to know, because it kind of pulls the focus. I know comedy, it's like, oh, we're comedians, we're comedy, we're, you know, fuck them if they can't take a joke. But I mean, that's not my vibe. That's not my vibe today. There's people who I feel that way about, and they're not the kind of people that are trying to watch a gay puppeteer psychic talk about how good his pump is after working out at Gold's. So all that to say, the vibe I got in that moment was, as I was doing roll call in my chakra system, my comedic, cosmic chakra roll call, I feel this sort of dragon. I feel this like dragon. It's like this like brawny dragon. I'm like, is that your man, Miss Fuego? Phoenix? Miss Phoenix? Is that your man? Who is that? And I get this like beautiful, like strong, masculine, like energy, and this dragon energy, and it's just like calming and reassuring. And I've been doing a lot of parts work in therapy where you tune into the aspects of yourself that are like your inner child is one, your inner critic is another. The films Up, not Up. I don't actually, that's a, why did we have to bring it up? We shouldn't have broadened it up. Anyway, Inside Out. It's like Inside Out, up, down, like around, left, right. The film Up, not Up, Inside Out. Inside Out is both of those films are based on the therapy model, internal family systems, which is the idea that we are a multiplicity, that there's multiple stuff happening inside of us, from the inner child, the inner critic, and then it kind of fractals out from there. And in doing that kind of work, one of the things that the therapy model talks about is how to parent your inner child. And that as kids, what children need is a fierce protector. Somebody to listen to them and attune to them and be present with them and really hear them out and be sensitive and soft and gentle with them. But then when it comes to what the like buffering the kid from the world and other people, fierce energy, and for that kid to go, oh damn, like mom's got my back or dad's got my back, my caretaker is, they're not gonna let that shit fly. I'm safe with them. And so the idea is like being that for myself, being that for your own childlike parts, if you will. That's, I mean, you're gonna have to, because that's the word they use in the therapy model. What's the book called? The book is called, by the way, I'm still in the, I wasn't in the sauna before because it's just a steam room. I'm in the sauna now. And I guess I kind of do this. Sometimes I sit in the car with the windows closed on a hot day and I kind of feel the heat and I kind of like it. I think it's a sauna thing. The No Bad Parts, Jason Schwartz. No Bad Parts. Just No Bad Parts. That's for sure the title. I won't put a link anywhere, but you can look it up. So you should probably just have a pencil around when you're listening to my stuff, because you're gonna hear good things. I got things that you're gonna just be like, oh, that was good. And that's probably the only time you're gonna hear about them. And you're gonna want them, you're gonna want to remember them, and you won't be able to look them up because I won't post them anywhere. I'm not committing to not posting anything anywhere, but it's just not my style, man. Okay, so I'm trying not to overpromise. You want to under-promise and over-deliver, not under-deliver and over-promise. Anyway, the No Bad Parts thing, inner child, dragon energy, yes. So I'm like, the dragon energy feels very like parental, very fatherly, very like, I've got you. And I'm like, I need that dragon energy right now, because I've been working on just being better at, not being better like, there's something wrong with me, I need to be better, but feeling safer to exist. Feeling safer in not shrinking. Like I'll feel myself starting to shrink down in a space, and any space, especially with like people I don't know, strangers, anywhere, you know, even at the gym, right? I'm at the gym, I'm working out, I'm doing a machine, and then somebody comes and they're waiting for the machine now. They're like, oh, and they let you know that they're waiting for the machine by kind of standing a little bit closer than to any other machine. But they don't look at you. They don't say, hey, how many sets do you have? Sometimes they do, but this person doesn't. And they just kind of like make their presence known. In that moment, I will go from just working out casually and doing to be like, let me hurry up. And then I'll be thinking to myself, okay, well, I was gonna do 2 more sets, but I could probably just do like 1 more set. And that's when I'm bringing in my dragon energy. Like, Jonathan, you don't have to shrink. You're at the gym. This is what you do. You take your time. You don't owe that person anything. You're not being rude. But the feeling of automatically like, oh, there's something wrong with me being here now. It's not just a matter of being kind or considerate or courteous, and those are important. But it's pushed over to the other side too far. And so I'm cultivating, it's funny to call it dragon energy. It's really just like the willingness to exist as yourself normally. Like, it would be nice if that was just human energy. That's human energy. I'm actually cultivating human energy. But the point is, what helps me is going, wait a minute, what's happening here? I'm like feeling the dragon rise up in me and being like, dragon energy, you are a dragon. And yeah, and so I've been cultivating that, and also just like noticing when I hunch over, like at home, and just pulling my shoulders back and standing up taller, especially when I'm with people who are shorter than me, like not hunching down, but staying upright. And like they say, like, widen your stance to lower yourself, or even just sitting down. Like, I'll sit down so I can still have good posture. And I do it with kids, especially. Like, I will go all the way down to the ground and then be upright in speaking with them. It just the energy feels better, and it's nice to actually be with someone more face to face. But it feels weird to be hunched over and hunched down. My point is, I walked out of the gym and I felt that sort of like I had gone up a level as a human. Like, all the energy of working on this and thinking about this and vibing with this, and like I feel like I kind of powered up. And I don't really play video games, so I don't know what that's called, but what's that called? And so I walked around the block. I just walked around the block, and then I came and I got in my car, and then I think the dragon energy is kind of spilling out because I decided to open this thing up and talk to you, and even like talking to you about something very trivial, like I had a nice workout. I know I'm making it sound very important, like dragon energy, but that's what I needed to do in order to just say, hello, I had a nice workout. How was your day? Hi. Yeah. It's just showing up and existing and being somebody who believes that just doing nothing is worthy of your time. Pardon me. In a social context, you know? In the social media vibes. Yeah. Anyway, and you know I struggle with posting regularly, and it's something I'm like every day, like, come on, Jonathan, today, you gotta do it. You're gonna get out there. So I think the dragon energy is, it is kind of cool. It is kind of cool, and it's showing up. Oh, I got another thing about dragon energy, which is I found this Instagram of a woman named Sharon Bolt. You can look her up, Sharon Bolt. And the way I found it, she has one of those words ones, like a carousel where it's like blah, 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 swipe, blah, 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 swipe, blah, 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 swipe, blah, 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 swipe. Then, you know, take my masterclass. It's not a masterclass that she was offering in this particular, maybe it was, I don't know. But it was so good. And like the first sentence really slapped me across the face. And that led me to her Instagram, and turns out that this person is an energy worker and a witch, and is incredible. And I really resonated with her stuff. And she has this whole thing about the dragon this and dragon that. And I was like, oh, I just manifested like a dragon. The energetic dragon of what she, you know, the dragon intel of what she talks about, and also a person who is like in dragon energy. And there's a lot of different kinds of dragon energy, so you may be vibing with what I'm saying. You may be like hearing it a little differently than I mean it, but I'm talking about like good, strong, clean, healthy dragon energy. And I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful. And when I saw that, even just seeing the pictures, the images of the dragons in her profile, and there was a lot of other stuff of hers that I got into and watched some of her, the streams that she had available in her Linktree. But I don't think she has a YouTube presence. I looked. It's possible that she has a total YouTube empire, and I just didn't quite get there. But because I'm always trying to get that video. I'm like, let me just watch this video, y'all. Which is why I feel good about just letting this thing roll for 30 minutes here. Like sometimes I just listen to people that I find interesting, and I'm just like, whatever you're talking about, I don't know what it is really, but I like the sound of your voice, and I like your vibe, and you keep me company while I you know, do my last set at the gym. I don't know. Yeah, so namaste. We got a new vibe online here. The dragon energy is nice, and it's cool how the sort of like the mystical practice of focusing on an icon, focusing on an archetype, focusing on an energy, an animal. It is helping me bring that experience into my life. It's helping me do things that are real and important. And I don't always know how to, like, I've been trying to be more regular at the gym for years. It's consistency. It's always been kicking my butt. So I can only really achieve consistency if there's other people involved directly. And for whatever reason, I found myself like willing to do something that I wanted to do regularly. That's really cool. And then the challenging part is feeling yourself getting bigger, getting stronger, taking up more space, feeling like more power in your system. And then that's scary. And then like, oh no, this is actually part of why it's not just about ADHD. It's not just about consistency. Like actually, I have fear about being tall, about being big, about being seen. I have fear. This is uncomfortable. So much so that, you know, sort of always in the past, even if I did get a good streak going on my own, it would be somebody saying, wow, you look great, Jonathan. Wow, I could tell you're working out. Wow. Like a couple people said that, or one person said it in a certain way. I would kind of feel like, yeah, I guess I am. But then like, but that's dangerous. Like, yeah, oh, people are noticing. Okay, well, they're noticing me. This is dangerous. Or almost like, huh, I guess I look good. Then I don't have to, I got the validation, so I can stop now. I got the validation, and I guess I look fine, so we're done. Because that's all that mattered. And it's weird. That one I'm not so sure about what the brain nugget is in there. If you're a therapist, pick that one apart and let me know. But the feeling uncomfortable to be like glorious, yeah, that's that. So I'm just here for the dragon energy, and really proud of myself for doing this YouTube live today. Yeah, I'm just vocalizing that because, Lord, I have been feeling the call to open up and just like kind of get my cringe going, get up on cringe mountain as they call it, and just make some moderately crappy content for a while, but get it going, and then so that the gold can start to flow, and the things that honestly folks are like, Jonathan, when are you gonna share more about your spiritual journey? And you know, when are we gonna see more of the bird? When are we gonna see more of the merman? Whatever. Like, those are all things that are on my heart and soul from a place of longing, but also as like a response. It feels like a response to a request. And like I'd be good to just kind of hang out by myself and like draw and sketch and build things by myself like I did when I was a kid all day long. But it's like, no, you've got to share it. And like, oh, you gotta talk about your sort of mystical perspective here. You gotta talk about how you process and look at the world. Like, you gotta talk about how you're just trying to live your life, but there's dragons everywhere. So I'm here for the dragons, grateful for the dragons, and I am sweating like I don't think dragons sweat because they're probably cold-blooded. That's one of the challenges with being a cold-blooded creature. Some dragons are mammals, and I think some are a mix. So maybe it's one of those. Anyway, I don't know how to say goodbye. So I guess that's one thing I have to kind of work on, because that's half the pain of answering the phone is like not knowing how to get off of it. Do you struggle to answer the phone? Anyway, thanks for your time and your energy. Namaste. Oh my God. Okay.